Hello, hello, and welcome back to another episode of the 2020 podcast, Canada's #1 optometry podcast. I am your host, Dr. Harbir Sayan. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to join me here to learn and to grow, to support the podcast. Everything that you've done to this point has been super helpful, liking, sharing, commenting, reviewing. And as always, I'm going to ask, please do continue to do those things so we can share this amazing content and the lessons that we learn here with our colleagues to help other people grow and for our profession to grow and succeed in the long term. My guest today is an amazing guest in so many different ways. I'm so excited to have him on and share his story and what he has been doing. We have Dr. Tu Banh here, who is a graduate of the University of Waterloo School of Optometry from '96. He currently lives and works in the city of Uxbridge, Ontario, which is very important. We're going to get into that story in a moment because his family was actually rescued by the people of the city of Uxbridge from a deserted island in Indonesia named Area as Vietnamese boat people. That is an incredible story alone, but what Dr. Banh is up to today and his mission to help 1 billion people is really an amazing thing that we want to talk about as well. He has special interests in dry eye, neurovisual optometry, and pediatric vision care. He has treated hundreds of patients with concussion-type symptoms just since 2016 using his specialized V2 method, which we're going to dive into. And, when he's not doing all these amazing things, Dr. Banh is playing hundreds of rounds of golf every year as well. And he just finished a round just before this, by the way. We're recording at 7 a.m. Pacific, so that tells you how early he gets up to play golf as well. So V2, man, I'm so excited. You've been telling me to get ready. I'm getting ready. I hope the people who are listening are getting ready as well for an amazing conversation. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me. It's amazing. I'm so appreciative to be on this call and the fact that you created this amazing platform. So kudos to you for getting the words out there. And it takes a lot of courage and time and effort to do this. So I'm really grateful that you're doing this for the greater good of the profession.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Well, that's definitely the mission is to continue to help our profession grow and thrive. Yeah. And, listen, selfishly, though, I learn a lot from these conversations. I've learned a lot from just talking to you the few times that we've spoken. And I know I'm going to learn more again today. So thank you for being here. Let's do you give me your quick summary, and then I want to rewind to your childhood. But give me a quick summary of who you are and what you do right now.
Oh, that's a deep question. Well, that's a deep question. So I've been quote unquote Buddha. Okay, for some reason, I don't know. And
for some reason, okay.
So my whole life's been one miracle after another miracle.
Wow.
It's the fact I'm sitting here is a miracle that I'm talking to you,
right?
Healthy and tremendously grateful. So I don't really know what to start. But I'm very honored and grateful that I chosen this profession to be serving the people. And as you mentioned, the mission to help 1 billion people, and that wasn't even a joke. I remember years ago, I learned from Wayne Dyer. I don't know if you remember him. Have you heard of him?
I've heard the name. I have.
He's a motivational speaker. It's either him or Deepak Chopra.
Okay.
So Deepak's more the academic type. Wayne is like more of the layman type. He tells basically, whatever he says, you don't get it. Okay. You'll never forget what he says. The difference between mission and ambition. Ambition is what you go after. The house, the practice, blah, 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 the cars. Mission is what goes after you. And it's just won't leave you alone. And that's what I'm on now, okay?
You're on a mission now.
For. So now I'm more about less for more.
Yeah.
And the billion people started 2011. I graduated from 1996 from University of Waterloo. Unfortunately, I was able to go to school and get a degree that most people would dream to get. And I had never dreamed that one day we'd be doing this kind of work. So
that's incredible.
To set the stage, the reason I mentioned miracle is I was born in Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City. It used to be called Saigon. So I don't know if you remember, there was so you may be too young to know this. Back in the 60s and 70s, there was a thing called Vietnam War. So there's a war between the North and the South.
Yeah.
Just like Korea now, okay, you have the communists versus the Americans.
Right.
And by 1975, the war ended. So we thought there was peace. But unfortunately, it was not peace. Not peaceful because the communists took over. They have their own regime and their own set of rules. It wasn't bad, but just you don't have the choice. So basically, they tell you what you do. And all of a sudden, people like my family who had a bit of money didn't want to be restricted by what they tell you to do.
Yeah.
Guess what? There were families who would try to escape. And one of the ways to leave was by boat. So imagine this. My parents basically liquidated everything they had, put in the little pieces of gold, and they would give it to the so-called owners of the boat.
Mm.
At the time, you probably pay anywhere from 15 to 20 pieces, depending on your age and how.
Wow.
Okay, so just imagine everything you had, put in the pieces of gold, and you give it to
Yeah.
people on the boat. And you have no idea where you're going to go.
Right. Wow.
All you know is you're going to escape, go where somewhere is safer and more free country. So 1979, April 1979, we got on the boat. I'll say a link later. There's a 6-minute video recorded by a CBC reporter, 1979. It was a Canadian from Montreal whose mother was living in the same island I would spend 9 months.
Oh, wow.
She took this CBC reporter with her to find her mother, and they reported the whole thing.
Incredible. Well, I'd love for you to share that because I'll put that in the show notes so people can actually go and watch that. I haven't seen that myself. I'd love to watch it.
The little boat, can you imagine like a 60-foot long boat with 250 people in it?
16?
60.
60. Okay.
250 people. Have you been on
250 people.
a cruise before?
Yeah.
And so remember those tendering boats?
Yeah.
That you from the, because you can't dock, you have to take you on tendering.
Right.
Even the tendering boat was bigger than what the boat was.
Wow. 250 people. Crazy.
5+. So then we basically drifted for 5 days, ended up in Malaysia. They kicked us out because at that time it's already overcrowded.
Wow.
And the next day we were drifting again, and somehow I think we were rescued by an American cargo ship, and they dropped us off on this island where we spent 9 months called Area. Basically, it's a deserted island, no running water, no sewage.
Oh my gosh.
And we were fortunate enough to be rescued by this people, great, generous people of Uxbridge. That's how I ended up in Uxbridge.
How did the people of Uxbridge save you? What was it? Was that the CBC report that got people's attention, or was this something else?
It's another miracle, okay? Actually, I'm writing a book about it. The book.
Oh, amazing. You gotta look out for that.
The book's called The 12 Elephants and the Dragon.
12 Elephants and a Dragon?
And how that came along is another story too. Okay. So anyway, long story short, so we came to Canada in 1980. And I remember leaving the island. I told my dad one day, I'm going to write a book about this place. That was 1980.
Amazing.
And that stuck with me for 44 years. And finally in 2000, because of COVID, couldn't work, right? So I met to a mutual friend, met a writer, and just again, did kind of call for an hour, explain what happened in the story. And I hired her to do the book. So the 12 Elephant came about after I made this mission, whatever it is. Basically, I was very lucky. Have you heard of this book called Think and Grow Rich?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
From this book, one of the principles was mastermind group. Okay, so we have two really good friends like my brothers. Aviv Narani, I don't know if you've heard of him. He was a former college president of Ontario.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Have you heard of Stereo Nicola Clackus?
No.
You will hear about them soon. Okay.
Okay.
Three of us met for like pretty much every Wednesday for like 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Still meeting.
That's amazing.
We call ourselves the Bag Brothers.
The what brothers?
Bag, B-A-G.
Okay.
Remember, it's like they keep calling Buddha, so Bag, B for Buddha, A for Aristotle, because Stel's from Greek is a Greek, and Aviv as Narani he's an Indian, so we call him Gandhi. That's what the Bag.
I got you.
Goals we met, we have these chats. How to be a better human being, not just optometrists, right? That's like 2011, we set a goal. I said, look, I achieve everything I want to achieve. That's the ambition part. So Stel I said, I want to retire. I don't want to do any more of this optometry stuff. I want to do something different. So Stel said, no, shut up, go home and meditate. So I meditated, literally closed my eye for 30 seconds, and that picture of 1 billion people came up.
Wow.
And I go, holy crap, what am I doing? Can I swear in this thing? Anyway, so I go,
you can if you want. That's fine. If we have to, we'll bleep it out, but it's okay. I think we'll leave it.
What the fuck am I doing, right? Because I know the formula to success is be, do, have.
Be, do, have.
Not have, do, be, because that's what people are doing right now. You gotta become that person first.
Mm.
Who do I need to be? So I was faced with challenges. Stuff come up. I went to separation after like 18 years.
Oh, wow.
literally they say shit happens.
Yeah.
But then doors have to open after that.
Yeah.
And then I was traveling, and so I was fortunate. My first marriage, I was able to travel around the world. I've been like every single continent, you name one, I've been to it.
Really?
I keep it in the Galapagos Islands.
Yeah. I have never been. No.
I think that's where Darwin,
Yep. I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
origin of species. I've been to Machu Picchu, some really exotic places. I've seen all the churches, all the cathedrals in the world, and all boiled up to three things: three people: Buddha, Jesus Christ, and Muhammad Ali. It's all about religion and greater good, just from different form of
That's
messaging.
incredible.
Okay. So I was traveling in Africa in 2013. I kept seeing little tall elephants in the gift shop. And they were literally like talking to me. Take me.
Is that like there's a bigger elephant than a smaller elephant? They're like holding the trunk with the tail? Oh, I just like, okay.
So we're in the gift shop. I bought all of them. I said, I got it. I'm going to be like Jesus. I'm going to find 12 people who have the same mindset. And we'll get this message out.
I got you.
And that's how the elephant came about.
Like the 12 apostles. I got you.
Exactly. So the elephant, the dragon was who I met, the writer. She literally, the next day wrote me a one-pager saying, so this little boy who was me, the grasshopper, also turned to the dragon, and we fired into this story. I said, okay, you're hired. That's why I wrote the book.
Yeah. Anybody who calls you a dragon, I feel like I'd be happy to work with them too.
Because it's a metaphor, right? Basically. Yeah. But so from 2011, now I can't retire now because something had to go back to optometry again. And I kept seeing people came back every year with headaches, with migraines, with vertigo. And I said, there's something to this. It's like, I've been very fortunate. We keep talking about AI, but then something that we have called II, intuitive intelligence. And that's something nobody can take away from you, right?
Let's jump ahead. Like that story of I appreciate you going through all of that, like the upbringing and that's an incredible story of your childhood that I'm sure has dramatically impacted like how you think and work now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about like in practice right now, the V2 method. Tell us how that came around.
So this is the evolution of it. So I'm going to get to that right now. So
got you.
2011 on, we said, there's a course in OEP or OEPF or Optometry Foundation of something, I can't remember. It's all about vision therapy.
Oh, okay.
Course called Arts and Science. And I took it 2013. The 4-day workshop, you basically go through all the theory and all that. And I couldn't sleep for weeks.
Really?
The stuff we talk about, we would never learn in school. In school.
Where was this course? Where did you find this course?
OEP is actually, there's a website for it.
Okay. It's not through like school or whatever. It's just a separate entity.
Yeah. So this is in the VT. That's the first got introduced to the VT world. Okay. And this is one of the first concepts I learned. You heard about this, right?
No, I haven't. So hang on before we start going through that for a second, V2. So if you're just listening, if you're not watching on YouTube right now, make sure you go to YouTube because Dr. Bond's going to show us some images and talk through it a little bit. And I'll try to, if we need to share some images and things later in the show notes, we'll do that. But go ahead, V2, please.
So the first one we heard about is the skepticism four circle.
Okay.
So he said, vision emerge from four things. So you got grounding or anti-gravity.
Okay.
You got what is it? 2020, which will be conventionally taught forever and ever.
Yep.
The peripheral system, which is the anything besides 2020.
Yep.
But there's a lot of name for this one. How do I feel? Anxiety, all that stuff. And all of these four, you get your vision.
Okay.
And then I also learned like this. Okay. This was mapped out by a vision scientist.
Holy moly.
Of a monkey.
Wow. So just again for the description. So what you have is this card. On one side, you have the four circles, right, that you just described. Grounding. So where am I? What is it? Where is it? That's the periphery. And how am I? How do I feel? That's the fourth circle. And all of those come together in this sort of Venn diagram to ultimately give you vision. If you could flip the other side, I want to see that primate. And on this side, 32 visual areas connected by linkages. 70% of the total sensory input in the brain is from the eye. 50% of the brain is involved in visual processing. And what we see is one of these insanely complicated networks of lines and things connecting. And this is the primate cerebral cortex. All right. Thank you very much. So just in case you don't get a chance to go look at that,
So when I went back to, I said, this time I go, I don't want any more fellowship. I don't want degrees. I don't want more names specified by name. The ego is done.
Mm.
I said, the truth, right? Did you know, for example, the Wright brothers who invented the airplane,
Mm.
0 college degrees?
I'm not surprised about that. Sure.
What? The whole team, no college
Oh,
degrees.
nobody on the team. Oh, wow. Okay. I thought the brothers themselves, not a surprise. Okay. But the rest of the team.
No, but they figured it out.
Yeah.
It's because their passion to transform the world.
Yeah.
So my mission was 1 billion people, right? And my grandfather taught me years ago, if you're on purpose for the greater goods, the universe will move mountains for you.
Mm.
I'll say that again. If you're on purpose for greater goods, the universe will move mountains for you. The fact he texted me right that same Monday, it's mountains for us.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll share.
It's funny. Just a quick story for everybody listening. This podcast was kind of long time in the making, but all of a sudden, I think it was just a week ago, right? V2, I just texted V2 like, hey, we should talk about the podcast. And literally, he said, I was literally just thinking about the exact same thing, about contacting me to like set up the podcast. So the timing was incredible. I think, a lot of times the universe does that. And look, within about a week, boom, boom, we set it up. Here we are recording. So yeah, very cool that happened.
Part of the reason, you want to hear the reason for that though?
I'd love to, yeah.
I'll tell you, because remember they said truth will set you free, but it'll piss you off first.
Sure.
And then you tell the truth, okay? So I just got off the phone call. I really respected OD in Toronto. I won't mention his name. And he called me out on it. He said, what are you teaching this course for? These all SIBO. Where's the science? I said, sir, there's literature everywhere. Oh no, I'm too old. I don't want to read it. But this is money grab.
Interesting. Wow.
Our own people. I said
that what you have going on is a money grab.
And you won't read it? Are you acting out of intelligence or ignorance?
Wow.
Okay. That's why I thought of you and you texted right away.
Amazing.
What's the first thing this book says?
Think.
What's the first thing?
I don't know. I thought you said, what's the first thing in the title? What is it? What does it say?
Be ready for the ride, Kabir. You have no idea what we're getting into here, okay? Thought, things. First sentence.
Thought or things.
Thought and things.
Yep.
I go, this guy's crazy. No. The 13 principles of success right here.
Yeah.
Every single book you read now is derived from this.
Yeah.
It's different format. So talk about intuition and all that, right? So I took all the courses. I want to know what are the truths. And one of the concepts it says, if your vision is stable, your vision will lead to your motion. You're walking. If your motion is not stable, show us the vision. So people start coming with all these headaches and all that, brain injuries, right? And they complain about all this, they take medication, they've been through all these therapy, but still having this issue. One day, this woman calls my office from Barrie, which is about 45-minute drive, and she was sitting like this with her head
tilted to the side, yeah.
And she goes, "You're gonna help me today."
She said it to you. You're gonna help me.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, right? So try out what happened. Well, 15 years before, she was basically a cheerleader in a very young age. During a practice run on a human pyramid, she was on the tip of the pyramid. She fell.
Oh wow!
And comatose for 3 weeks.
Oh wow!
And when she woke up, she kept seeing too. What did you do? Surgery. One of the eyes. 6 months later, another surgery. A year later, double vision again.
Oh, wow.
And then she goes, I said, so what happened? She goes, I don't want more surgery. So that's why I walked like this for 15 years to correct the double vision.
Oh, I see.
And I'm going, okay, the intuition, right? I said, okay, if I were to neutralize that double vision, I have to give her like about 20, 30 face down one eye. And there's no way she's going to walk around with that.
Wow.
Okay. But again, remember the elephants I talked about? The prism, I knew there's something about the prism. I learned that from Sanet, one of my mentors. He taught us how to prescribe this prism, but he didn't give us the sequence, how to do it. The biggest challenge with prism, you know what the two challenges are?
What is it?
How much and what direction?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right?
Okay. I thought it was a bit more complex than that, but yes.
Yeah, it's very simple. I know there's something about these prism glasses that can help her. Like Einstein said, definition of insanity is doing something over and over and hope for different results. I said, what do I put a pair of lenses that shifts light? Because that's what prism do.
Yep.
Bend light. Not going to, but also it's a curving. I said, her name's Jennifer. I said, let's go outside for a walk. I don't have a gargle seat, but I have it at work. So I had started my base down. I get her to walk. Nothing happens. I keep turning the prism. and do the force turns. I went clockwise,
Oh, okay.
but counterclockwise. So I teach this course like this now, so people understand because you have the sequence. Okay, by the fourth turn, Javier, I'm still getting goosebumps right now. Her head went up straight, running with it.
Wow.
I said, Jennifer, what about double vision? She go, what double vision?
Mm.
She did it 3 times, so it's very repeatable. It's instant relief. She goes, I want 2 of these. The clear and the sunglasses.
Yeah.
So I always tell them, so I want to make sure they're okay. I say, come back in 4 weeks. I want to make sure you're okay. Come back in 4 weeks. Her head's still straight. Double vision's gone.
Wow. So that was patient 1. That was your first patient that you made.
That was one of my early. Well, this is how I talk about the V2 technique.
I see.
And nobody teaches this sequence.
Yeah.
They always tell you to do different things.
Yeah.
So the concept, remember the law of vision is if your vision is stable, so is your motion. And vice versa. The prism directs the motion, which directs the brain to get to a different pathway. So now the different pathway, once they renew, they don't need them anymore.
Okay.
So that's called neuroplasticity, right? Once I learned how to prescribe from Bob Sanders, he's one of my mentor, like the course I took with, it's an instructor.
Yeah.
And it's just things, like, it's like gut thing. You keep brewing something about these lenses that can help people. So I asked 3 questions. Like Tony Robbins said, the quality of life depends on the quality of the question you ask. Right? So I asked, what is the quickest, most impactful, and non-invasive way is and not or to help people? And I realized the lens was the answer. And that's what she did.
That's incredible. And that's just like one of the many, many, many patients that you've had, like massive impact.
Yeah. So I show you the guidebook. So remember him?
Yeah.
Give me permission for that.
He gave you permission? Okay.
He literally like this. And my intuition said something about this guy needs help. Literally, just like out loud in here. And the wife sitting there, I said, what's wrong with his neck? She said, nothing. But he couldn't look up. And he's like, he just couldn't stare at the lights. It just drive him crazy. The floor's moving, he said. I said, what do you mean? She said, well, we tell him to come and see you because she said, I think you can help him. I said, how do you mean? She goes, well, he was attacked by a cow. I said, come on. Cows don't attack people. She's a Netflix, right? No. This 1,500 pounds of farmer. 1,500-pound female cow got angry and ran him against the wall 3 times.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
Oh my God.
He was saying, right, the really good hospital in Toronto, he was going to die. Couldn't figure it out. So then he survived, but he's a massive head injury. He lived like that for 12 years, Javier.
Wow. So here, is it a photo or a video? It's a photo, right?
It's a photo.
Okay, I'm gonna, if you don't mind, if you're allowed to share it, maybe I'll also put that just within the video here so people can, if you can go to YouTube.
Yes, it's the same thing, same picture.
Oh, okay. So if you're not gonna listen to me and go check in YouTube, I'll describe it to you. So there's an older gentleman, roughly how old? 60, 70?
He came into a routine eye exam.
Yeah, but how old was he roughly?
He was 68 at the time. That's 2 years ago.
Okay. So he's sitting there in the chair and his head is just like down, like chin almost touching his chest.
He's very distressed. Something's wrong with this guy, right?
Yeah.
He didn't know how to express himself.
Yeah.
He kept saying, Doc, my eye hurts. It's like, a dry eye. I told you, I do dry eye stuff too, right?
Yeah.
But I know there's something else going on with this guy.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, you know what? I said, Alfie, his name is Alfie. I said, you know what? I know, hey, forget all the symptoms. Headaches, migraines, vertigo, anxiety, 12 pills a day.
12.
3 Tylenol a day, 3 Tylenol 3s a day. Tylenol 3.
Wow.
Wow.
With codeine. Okay. Wow.
For 12 years. I said, you know what, Alfie, I know you're coming for this, but something tells me these goggles will help you. So that's why you come to the course, we'll teach you. I always have these goggles and one diopter face down first. That's my always go to.
Yoked prism.
Yeah.
1 diopter base down.
That's why we into the course, we teach you how these prisms, when we play with it like kids, as professionals, we prescribe these things. We never even live with it. How else would we prescribe these things, right? So we get people walk around with the prism in the setting when we teach it. And when they walk with it, they go, wow, this is crazy. Instant. So he puts them on. He ran out of my office. I said, give me my glasses. He wouldn't get back. He's literally out of my exam chair, got out and walked straight out of the office. He's got an instant relief after 12 years.
And that's with 1 base down, both eyes.
1 base down, all you. And I go, so I did the V2 method. So the V2 method basically goes through satisfy the 4th circle.
Okay.
When you satisfy 4th circle, they get the life back. It's that simple.
Do you have a picture of him wearing the glasses or after?
So this is before, right?
Yep.
This is after now.
Wow. Just looks like sitting there normally, comfortably, good posture.
Literally early this year, he came back. Like I see them every few weeks. So we go through this in the course because you want to make sure they on the right path, right?
Yeah.
They're not getting worse.
Yeah.
He came in this time. The prism not there. We removed the prism. Prism basically is training glasses. They're not for.
So you don't need to wear the prism forever.
Right now, there's a teacher. You go, Doc, I can do this now.
Wow. So tell us, how much of the V2 method can you share with us? That you're comfortable sharing, just because I know, of course, there's a course around this. You can't share the entire course worth of material, but like interest of time here, what can you tell us about like generally how does it work?
So this is what happened. So long story short, I've been playing with this and I keep seeing people over and over. It's like, am I the only one doing this? Are the other VT doctors not doing this? Because we learn these protocols, right? You follow the ABC. But I figured these are people. You can't follow the ABC. You got to find a way to go to where they are, take them where they want to go. Like this man, his biggest problem is headache. The 90% of people have injuries have headaches. And these glasses fix the headaches. Why? Because now they're grounded. They're grounded. Get it? That's the power of prisms.
So the base down prism helps get them grounded.
For him, those base down, everybody's different.
I see.
Remember Jennifer came in with this?
Yeah.
She was half base left.
I see.
Fix the problem.
Half base, half diopter.
So when I was doing all these, and I didn't know what to say because I feel like I'm so alone, right? Because am I the only idiot doing this with no prescribing glasses, right? Because we were told in school, especially from Waterloo, do not prescribe prisms.
Yeah, you're not. That wasn't the only school.
You adapt to it, right?
Yeah.
So meantime, have you heard of Dr. Angela Peddle?
Only because of you. Yeah.
She's the president of Canadian, it's called VTC, of Vision Therapy Canada. Yeah. She started that whole thing in Canada. So one day, again, I told you, the universe will move mountains for you. This little kid came to my office, and the mother said, he was told he needed to do surgery because he's got a strap, right? And I didn't believe in surgery, so I looked up, I found Dr. Peddle. I said, okay, good. So Dr. Peddle did these glasses, did these things, and then now he's straight.
Wow.
But we moved because she was in Vaughan, right? Which is like another hour from Uxbridge. Gotcha. She moved to Uxbridge. She goes, I looked you up. I saw your website. Can you help people with concussion? Maybe you can help my child. I go, okay, I learned about this technique. So basically, with strap or envelopes, we don't patch anymore, right? Patching the more destructive thing you can do for anybody.
I have heard about it. I've spoken to a couple of people about it. I'm guilty of still using patching. However, I try not to, but go on.
When you get on the phone, promise me you patch, when's your dominant eye? Which one's your dominant eye?
Pardon me?
Which one is your dominant eye?
My left eye.
And when you get a chance, patch your left eye for half an hour. Do it. And let me know how you feel.
Okay. I'm going to assume I won't feel very good.
But do it, because unless you do it, again, remember, yeah. Confucius says, when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. It's when you do, you understand. That's why it's like a share the V2 method. You won't do it unless you feel it. Okay. So how we do it in the course. So it's very interactive.
Okay.
So that kid, I know Angela. We're good friends. But I'm like, you know what? I said, Angela, I need your help. I need to learn what you do for this kid to go find. So Monday morning with 5 seconds at the time, I went to her office and she taught me what she did, literally in 3 minutes. That's that quick. We use retinoscopy method. So through the red reflex, you can tell what the brain's doing. And you prescribe based on the reflexes, not based on the patching. Okay.
So give me an example. So the reason we do patching is we're covering the good eye, so we're forcing the weaker eye to work, to do.
Right. But in change your mindset, the eyes are not the problem. It's the brain level.
Okay. So what would you do instead of patching to then force that? Whether it's a refractive amblyop or a strabismic, what are we doing to get that weaker eye to activate?
So what we do is we do the red technique.
Yeah.
You find that bright spot. When you get the bright spot, the white spot is when the brain's active.
Okay.
Let's say you cycle through somebody plus 5, right?
Yeah.
You prescribe that, you're going to kill them.
Okay.
Because you down the brain.
Right. So I've also heard that from, again, we're going to need more time because I've spoken to, there's a few.
What is how this course came about? Because, so.
1 second, V2. There's a few people who I've spoken to like yourself that I really respect, right? I'm saying this in like looking up to my colleagues in this capacity, right? That have said all the same thing, whether you guys have specifically trained together, taken the same courses, I actually don't know. All I know is they're people that I like and I respect and I trust have said the same thing about the cyclo. They said the same thing about the patching. and the similar things about the prism discussion I haven't had as deep, but there's clearly something. And again, these are people that I would pretty much stake my career on. Like, that's how much I respect them. I am surprised at the way that how different the discussion is when I speak to you and a few of these other people, that it's that different from what we've been taught and what we've been practicing. And obviously, the way I'm practicing, I'm not alone. This is, I would imagine, the majority of practitioners, the majority of optometrists. What's going on here? I just don't understand.
We're not looking at the right thing. We're looking at the symptom. We're not looking at the root cause. Remember, I told you the criteria was what's the quickest, most impactful, and non-invasive way to help people. Patching is very invasive. Kids become bullied because of patching. And then what happens? Look at them become depressed, anxiety. Like I told you, do yourself a favor, patch for half an hour. Trust me on that. Do it, but go all outside with it.
But what about the idea of like, so, we were taught, let's say you have a hyper rope, you do a cyclo, and, dry ret is like a +2, but you do a wet and it's a +5. We're taught to give the whole +5, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. And like I said, I'm taking like 10 years of VT experience into a short because, okay, give me an example. If people have peanut butter and an allergic reaction, right?
Yeah.
What do you give them? EpiPen.
Yeah.
You save their life. Prism is doing the same thing.
Prism is the EpiPen of the eyes.
But no, for the brain, right? Because
the brain, right. I got to change my thinking, right?
I'm a ran on our office. That's to get EpiPen for his brain.
Yeah, fair enough.
And in more than for 6 months, he's found his new pathway.
Okay.
I didn't go on with this. I'm closing on 950 cases now.
Crazy.
It cannot be
almost 1,000 people.
1,000. I have all on my computer. You can actually come and look at it.
Okay. Me too. Let's give
the journal. I want to get people better.
Man, I'm all in on, like you said, you told me multiple times, get ready for this, get ready for the ride. And I'm ready. I'm buckled in. I'm excited. I'm going to take your course. I already told you this, whenever the next time it's available.
I'll send you the information actually at Paul Riet's office the last weekend of April.
So funny enough, like I've been zero VT my whole career, right? I might throw around a little bit of prism, this kind of thing. I've been lately just kind of getting so intrigued by these conversations. And funny enough, the podcast that is being released just before this one is with Paul. And so like all of a sudden now I'm doing back-to-back VT related, neurooptometry related podcasts. But man, I'm very intrigued and I can't wait to like learn more for sure.
I hope you get ready for the ride. So the course came about was when I learned from her and I said to her, Angela, I'm been doing this prism thing. She goes, really? Because I don't do it this way because they have their own little thing, right? I said, you know what? People need to hear this. It cannot be a secret anymore. So that's how the came about.
It's amazing. So, okay. There's two things I want to end with. I don't want to end so quickly, but again, for in the interest of time, but like two things I want to end with. One is, can you give some advice to people like optometrists like myself who are really kind of early stages or not doing a lot of BV at all? And the second thing that I really want to make sure is we talk a bit about the course and where people can learn a bit more about it.
So VTC Canada, there's a whole website that explains what VT is about.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other one is OEP.
OEP?
OEPF, I think.
Oh,
and then there's EOVD in US. So there's a lot of these colleges, so-called entity or institution, we call them. But like when I went back, like I said, this time I don't want degrees. All I want to know how to help people.
Yeah.
I want to choose that. And this is why I came up with the V2 method. You know what V2 stands for? V is victory, is vision. And the victory sign, the Nike victory sign.
Yeah.
That's it's a Greek letter for victory.
The swoosh, the Nike swoosh? Yeah. I didn't know that.
That's what V stands for. I told you, get ready for the ride, man. Don't take it personal.
Okay? I'm learning from Buddha here. How can I take it personally?
What 2 stands for? 2 stands for, it takes 2 to succeed.
Okay.
But it starts with empowering words. So in what I discovered in the past few years, in the world of concussion, there's a very dark industry. Meaning, there are people I call them parasites because they know people suffer. They come back for more and more because of insurance coverage. There are people empowering people, and that's that's all I'm about. I wish I gave everybody free glasses, but give them free glasses, it's human nature. They won't wear it. Yeah. If we charge minimum, at least all I do is I basically charge cost plus a small percentage of it. That's it.
Yeah.
But the return's unbelievable. I had a guy drove all the way from Niagara Falls. I don't know if you know the geography of Ontario. Niagara Falls, which is 2 hours, no traffic, or 2.5 hours traffic from Niagara Falls to see me yesterday. You know why? Last year, he had a minor stroke.
Okay.
And the local OD and the MD says, "You're not driving forever. You're done."
Oh, wow.
He's only 52. He's so depressed. He's a restaurant owner.
Yeah.
Our rule is a referral from Niagara Falls casino. He came all the way back to City because he had concussion symptoms because it's an injury to the brain, internal. I said, you know what? Let's help with get your symptoms back to normal first. One base down and something called syntonic, which we'll talk about in the course. Within 3 weeks, he did the visual field. He got his license back.
Wow.
It's a true story. It's all documented in my computer.
Incredible.
Yes, he goes, "You saved my life. I don't care when you work, I'll come to see you."
Amazing.
He was told, "You're never going to drive it ever forever." Now, could it be the prism that worked up his brain? I don't know. But the answer, it worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah. So this is where, oh man, again, we need so much more time. But okay, this is where, there's going to be people listening who are skeptical. I'm skeptical. Like, let's be honest here. I'm skeptical. And there's going to be others out there listening who are skeptical. And like the OD that you spoke with recently was skeptical. But if you say, I don't know for sure the prism, if it was that, or if it was the syntonics, or that adds to the skepticism, right? It's like there's an area of misunderstanding or not understanding.
Okay, I'll take it back. On this planet, only 2% is visible. Do you agree or disagree?
Only 2% of what is on this planet is visible to the naked eye.
Yeah. 98%.
Well, I mean, hang on. So depends how you define it maybe in a second, but we know that there's like billions and trillions of little bacteria that we can't see. So technically, in that sense, yes.
Can you see air? You're breathing oxygen, don't you?
Right. Fair enough. Yeah.
Can you see what's going on in this thing? It goes to the core of the earth. We're paying for it, aren't we?
Right. As far as like the wireless, the data, 5G, all that kind of stuff. Sure. Yeah.
Right. So there's certain things there's no answer because you know what? Like people asking about the scientific proof. How do you do a test on a human being? You're not robots. You can't because of emotion. That's why. How do I feel?
Okay. Now, can I stop you again?
Yeah.
Again, V2, you know where I'm coming from. My angle here is I respect you a lot, and I really am very intrigued by all of this, right? But skeptical still. And there's others, lots of them out there. There was a video recently that went viral on social media. A lady who was claiming that optometrists are frauds because we give people glasses and you don't need glasses because your vision comes from your emotion. And if you can train your brain, you can get rid of your glasses. Okay. And that went viral in various ways. Some people were all for it. Like, wow, yeah, I believe you. And of course, most people, eye care people were like, this woman is crazy. That's nuts. Please go and see your optometrist. Now, some of what you're saying sounds a bit like what she was saying.
You're absolutely right. But I took 4 years. I took 4 years to learn all these courses, finally came up with the technique.
Yeah.
And there people come to my office, I tell them right out, they're not going to help you. I tell them right out, based on what I can see. It's about the observation.
Yeah.
Of what people do.
There's obviously something you're doing right. You've helped almost 1,000 people. You've helped people who have these incredible, like clearly very debilitating issues.
Yeah.
So something is working, and maybe that's part of it is just the belief that we have to have the belief. It's not everything in the world is visible, right? We understand that there's certain powers that may be beyond our understanding, and sounds like you're onto something there for sure.
Oh, for sure, it's not going to help everybody because otherwise we'll be sitting here, right? But I would say, based on my, I have a slide in my talk that all the 900 cases, most of them were external injury, like concussion, your motor vehicle, whatever, sports.
Yeah.
Some were internal, like chemo brains, another one. People have chemotherapy.
Yeah.
The prism glasses fix the problem.
Interesting.
Because they feel foggy.
Yeah.
So they're not grounded. Again, it's the grounding.
Yeah. What does the word grounding mean?
It's like being on the boat if you're not grounded.
Got you. You feel more planted. You feel like you can feel the ground more.
Yeah, you feel planted. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you another 2-minute, literally 30-second video, which will go through this in the course. So it's hard to explain over like a Zoom call like this.
Yeah.
So one of the tests we use is called Fukuda or balance test. You see how he's falling? Okay, try it again. Watch. See how it's falling?
Yep.
This guy was in a car accident for 3 years.
Okay, hold it. Move the camera phone over a little bit towards him. There we go.
See how he's falling?
Yeah, I see. He can't lift one leg up he can't balance on one leg. Got you.
When he came to me, he goes, Doc, you're the last guy I want to see. It turned out to be a suicidal statement.
Oh, I see.
He went to 3 years of therapy. He's carved in the ditch, rolled over a few times because somebody hit him from behind.
Oh, wow.
You name it, he went to. Kyle, again, I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm saying we're not fixing the real problem, which is vision. Okay? So either this is the right after, okay? He had these prison goggles on. Look, I'm wearing the prison goggles.
Move the camera over, move the phone over more. There we go. Wow, is this immediately after? So he put these goggles, the prism, and he's standing there. He's like in a marching band. He's just going up and down, up and down. Crazy.
Yeah. Wait till I might get a volume up. You should hear what he says. Watch. Get the there. Oh, yeah, my eyes. Go. Right.
Yeah, I don't even feel myself. Yeah, I actually feel more stable after it.
Wow, he's like, oh my God, I can actually like feel stable. That's incredible, man. Okay, V2.
So you know what they seeing believing, right? I see every day. So today's my day. I block off for concussion people got brain injuries. So I know 4 or 5 people today, and they come from all over the place.
Yeah.
But I can't do it alone. I want my colleagues to do this.
Yeah.
Again, you're right about that viral thing. There's always the extreme.
Yeah.
We're talking about the people in the middle here.
Yeah.
80 to 90% of people that we can help with these simple lenses. They're not so simple, but they work. And the more I see people now, to the point that I can do it in 2 minutes to know what it is.
Really?
It's not quick.
Yeah. Just like, well, with the amount of experience you have, obviously that makes sense.
That connection, right? Like that, I didn't know that man came in for his head. He did it because I can feel like this guy needs help. I can't explain that part. But you do more of it. You've done this so many times. How many episodes have you done now? Episodes?
Over 150.
So there you go. For you, like read it. This is my first ever in this week recording session.
Yeah.
But I'm getting more comfortable because I'm doing it now because I'm speaking the truth.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's incredible. Okay. Last thing. And I really hate to cut this short because we could record for hours. We certainly will come back and do another episode. V2, I'm going to do the course. Maybe we'll record some stuff around that. Yeah. We'll figure it out. But for now, I really wanted to give people a taste of like kind of what's happening here. Last thing, where can people find more information about the course? Like, is there a website or something they can go to?
So we don't have a website. So we started last January.
Yeah.
After that first meeting with Angela.
Yeah.
We did one course in Toronto and people were excited. And then went to Halifax. We did 2 courses in Halifax. Went back to Toronto, did 2 more. And then one in Seattle. So within a whole year, we did 6 of them last year.
Awesome, man. And you did BC earlier this year.
Yes, sir. We did Red Deer and then Paul's office in Kelowna.
Yeah.
This one's going in 2 days. And actually the end of the week.
Where's that?
Australia.
Get out. Wow.
Australia. And it's packed. We have 41 people sign up for it.
Incredible, man. Wow. Congratulations.
I told you, the universe is moving mountains for us.
That's amazing.
That was all sold out. North Bay, that's October. And then November, we have another one. So there's no website. We cannot just pitch it.
You don't need it, man. This is a growing movement.
I will send you the information for Kelowna. Maybe you can pass it around for us.
I will. Okay. So currently there's not any kind of link or anything I can share with anyone.
No.
We'll just try to keep sharing the information. Yeah. Like I said, I'm definitely looking out for the next time you come to Kelowna, and I'll try to be there. I will be there. Yeah. And then I'll make sure I kind of share everything at that time.
Work out there because we have the power, Henry. It's so simple to do. And it is so sad that we are stopping it because, so it takes my philosophy of fire, aim, and fine tune.
Fire first,
aim and fine tune, not the other way around.
Okay.
So that guy was falling all over the place. I give him a half base right. And he came back and said, oh my God, this is great.
Interesting.
So when they come back to that problem, then I fixed the prison.
Yeah. But you had you obviously had the intuition to know half base right versus left or up or down.
Yeah, but now the techniques of when you walk, we can tell, when they walk, you can tell which one's going to get. I'm very confident about teaching the course.
Amazing.
Okay. Second one, don't OD yourself.
Don't OD yourself.
Yeah, we're doing literally OD ourselves because we analyze everything.
Yeah,
which is good because it's for the greater good, but gotta stop somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Love and allow. It's not about the money. That man was a freaking, he calls me a wizard. I said, nothing to do with me. He just came to the right place at the right time. He just about now. He calls me a wizard. I said, I'm not a wizard. You just can't, because you listen to your wife. His wife been telling him for forever to come. See, a lot of people they have given up. They thought there's no help. They've been told by the specialist, sorry, we can't do anything for you. And what I tell them is this: when you do a scan in your brain, your hardware is perfectly fine, but your software is not. But your eyes, you can rewrite your own software. And that's what we need to show them on this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one, just do it. That's my philosophy of prescribing.
Just do it.
So simple as that.
Love it, man. I could see why people call you Buddha.
I want to thank you because you are the next step for this to go, for the optometry work to pass on. And
we're going to do it, man.
You should be proud of yourself for sticking your neck out and get this message out.
Yeah, man. Well, I might get some people messaging me telling me that I'm leaning into some false practices, but let's see how it goes.
This is why I need to come to the course and feel it.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I could be not whole bunch. I could spend hours on this testimonial. You can look at my website, you'll see it.
Okay, what's your website?
So if you go V2 Bar Optometry, the Uxbridge Optometry will get you to the link.
Uxbridgeoptometry.com?
No, just if you Google...
Just Google Uxbridge Optometry.
It'll lead you to the website.
Okay, UXBRIDGE, Uxbridge Optometry.
Yeah,
all right, so look for Dr. Tu Banh and, see what he's up to there. V2, man, thank you so much. This was incredible. I know there's a million other things we could talk about.
One more quick story, Javier. This man had a stroke for 10 years. Half his body could not move.
Wow.
And so I asked people about the headaches on a scale 1 to 10. He was at 11. If he kept asking me to punch you, I'm serious. He was that distressed.
God.
I couldn't do a test on him. So I did the V2 method. I said, let's go outside for a walk. I kept turning the dials. By the third one, which is face up now, he's 6'2". His wife is about 4'9". He looks at her and he goes, honey, this feels really weird, but I like it. I said, well, love and allow, right?
Yeah.
I put half, and I neutralized his lenses. Just put half more to it. Face up, OU. In 3 weeks, all the headaches gone.
Wow.
He's on my website, the reviews on my website. Really look at it.
Incredible.
Again, you can tell how about woo-woo, whatever it is, it's impossible to prove it scientifically, but it's science.
Yeah.
Because it's pain light. That's all it is.
True. In that sense, we understand how Prism works.
Really not bar, but I breathe it, I do it because I know it helps people.
Okay. All right, man. Thank you very much. I'm very excited to share this interview, share this episode. We'll share those pictures and the videos. Again, if you were just listening and you're not on YouTube, please go back, watch those or see the photos that V2 is showing or watch the clips. And I'll put the link to your website in the show notes as well so people can find you there. But thanks, man. I appreciate this, V2.
And by the way, any OD can do that. You don't have to have VT. The people that came to our courses, the one zero VT that took off with it.
Yeah.
Because you have no attachment.
Yeah.
You have no attachment.
That's great, man. Well, I hope more of us can look into this and get into this. And I look forward to providing my insight once I've taken the course as well.
And thank you for being the instrument of this. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure, man. It's my pleasure. It's been a pleasure to get to know you, V2, and I'm looking forward to seeing you more. All right. And thank you to everybody who's listening and watching to the 2020 podcast, Canada's #1 optometry podcast. I will see you guys in the next episode.